request the audience to please rise and join us in extending a warm welcome to our chief guest, our honorable chairman sir, our esteemed principal ma'am, and our English HOD as we begin the celebration of English Literature Fest. Thank you. You all may be seated. As we begin this celebration of English Lit Fest, I am reminded of words said by Shakespeare in his 12th night. If music be the food of love, then play on. Just as music feeds our soul, today literature feeds our minds and imagination, and this hall will become a feast of words, ideas and stories. Well, without a further ado, I now hand over the mic to Charani as she leads us with the instructions for today's event. Over to you, Charani. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Rochit. Words are not so, in my humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. Albus Dumbledore. A very good morning to our respected dignitaries, parents, teachers, and my dear students. Before we let the magic of words take over, here are a few quick plot twists to avoid. Phones on silent, please. Let's keep the notifications off and the attention on. Stay in your seat. No side quests during the performances. No paparazzi today. Our camera crew has a perfect angle. Let them cook. Be the hero of your own story. And if you have trash, let it find the bin. And now, every unforgettable story begins with a memorable first line. And ours begins with music. Over to you, Shamik.
Thank you, Charani. We celebrate the school that has under respect nurtured our dreams and taught us to lead with courage and compassion. Here, service is our motto, honor our guiding star, and excellence our daily pursuit. Let us rise and sing the anthem of Delhi World Public School. May I now invite the choir to render.
Let's celebrate the joy and praises of the school we hold so dear. Of the school that claims our respect, D and the PS, we need you. Stand up and joy and pride, ever ready to proclaim. Stand up and joy and pride, ever ready to proclaim. D and the PS, we glory, proudly on to carry the name. D and the PS, we glory, proudly on to carry that name. Self is our fearless motto, honor is our guiding star. Ever ready to recoup us when the steps are wandered far. Time to see us falling apart, life may grow, doesn't go. Time to see us falling apart, life may grow, doesn't slow. Still on way to our reflection, be a tear, should have a moon. Still on way to our reflection, be a tear, should have a moon. Still on way to our reflection, be a tear, should have a
Thank you. You all may be seated. Over to you, Tanvi.
Thank you, Shamik. A room without books is like a body without a soul, wrote Cicero, reminding us of the timeless power of literature. Respected Chief Guest, Honorable Chairman Sir, respected Principal Ma'am, esteemed teachers, beloved parents, and all my students of Delhi World Public School, a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you present here. Today, it is my privilege to welcome all of you to our Literature Fest, a celebration of imagination, creativity, and the enduring magic of words. As William Shakespeare wrote in As You Like It, all the world's a stage, and today this stage comes alive with poetry, stories, ideas, and young minds ready to inspire. Rabindranath Tagore in Gitanjali envisioned a world when the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Such festivals nurture those fearless spirit, encouraging us to think, create, and express ourselves with confidence. And in the words of Maya Angelou, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. So together, let's celebrate those stories and express ourselves with creativity. Your gracious presence adds meaning and inspiration to this occasion. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you, and I wish a memorable and enriching Literature Fest. Over to you, Nevan.
Thank you, Tanvi. Behind every great story, there's a guiding voice. Behind every timeless book, there's an unforgettable narrator. As we are gathered here for the celebration of our Lit Fest, there is no greater pleasure than listening to our leader who nurtures young minds and inspires us to learn lifelong. Dear audience, put your hands together in joining me in welcoming our young and dynamic Principal Ma'am to grace the stage and invite our distinguished speaker.
Distinguished Chief Guest, Professor J. Kumar sir, respected Chairman sir, exemplary parents, committed staff, and enthralling students of Delhi World Public School, good morning to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to our school literary fest, a celebration of language, literature, creativity, and imagination. Literature has the remarkable power to inspire minds, shape character, preserve culture, and connect people across generations. A literary festival is not just an event, it is a platform where ideas come alive. Stories find their voice, and young minds discover the joy of reading, writing, speaking, and creative expression. It is my great privilege and honor to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guest, Professor K.V. J. Kumar, Senior Adjunct Professor and Outreach Advisor at the Indian Institute of Technology, Dharwad, and President of Wetlands International South Asia. Sorry. Professor J. Kumar is an eminent academician, researcher, administrator, and policy advisor whose illustrious career spans over 3 decades in the field of civil engineering, water resources, and environmental management. His contributions to education, research, institutional development, and public policy have earned him national and international recognition. He currently serves as a Senior Adjunct Professor and Outreach Advisor at IIT Dharwad and President of Wetlands International South Asia. He is also a member of the independent panel of experts for the comprehensive dam safety education of dams in Andhra Pradesh, contributing his expertise to critical national infrastructure and water security. Before joining IIT Dharwad, Professor J. Kumar served the National Institute of Technology, Warangal, for more than 30 years, where he held several distinguished leadership positions including Dean, Planning and Development, Dean, International Relations and Alumni Affairs. His visionary leadership has greatly strengthened academic excellence and international collaborations. He also served as the Executive Director of the Center for Water Resources Development and Management in Kerala, while holding additional responsibilities as Director of the Kerala School of Mathematics, reflecting his exceptional administrative and scientific leadership. A graduate of National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Surathkal, and a PhD from IIT Kanpur. Professor J. Kumar's expertise spans hydrology, water resources, engineering, wetland hydrology, urban storm water management, climate change adaptation, remote sensing and GIS, and environmental management. He has successfully guided 12 PhD scholars and over 120 MTech dissertations, mentoring generations of engineers and researchers. His academic excellence has been recognized through several prestigious honors, including the Distinguished Alumnus Award from National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Surathkal, and the Professor Rangaraju Award for Excellence in Water Resources Research. Most recently, his innovative work on an artificial intelligence-based sea-water and groundwater desalination device was granted an Indian patent, demonstrating his commitment to addressing real-world challenges through research and innovation. I think, my dear parents, we have to give a big round of applause for his contributions. With more than 150 research publications, international academic collaborations, and service on numerous national committees, including NBA, DST, UNESCO, UPSC, and dam safety authorities, Professor J. Kumar continues to make outstanding contributions to sustainable water management, environmental governance, and academic leadership. On behalf of Delhi World Public School, Kompally, I extend our heartfelt welcome to Professor K.V. J. Kumar. Sir, we are deeply honored by your gracious presence and sincerely thank you for accepting our invitation, sir. May I now request Chairman, sir, to welcome our esteemed guests. Thank you, sir. I also extend a warm welcome to our supportive parents. Your presence shows your commitment and collaboration with the school. Thank you, my dear parents. To all my enthusiastic kids, I wish you all the good luck for the Literary Fest. Let us make this Literary Fest a memorable celebration of knowledge, creativity, and the limitless power of words. Thank you.
Jane Austen said that there is no greater charm than the tenderness of your heart. Thank you so much for those warm and inspiring words, Principal Ma'am. Over to you, Havya.
Check. In an era where we have the world at our fingertips and answers appear in a blink, we often forget that there's a difference between knowing facts and understanding humanity. Today, we ask ourselves a question that defines our generation. Is the written word still the heartbeat of our society, or has it been silenced by the hum of technology? We invite you now to step into the courtroom of minds, where logic meets legacy and imagination stands on trial. We present you the trial of literature. The characters in the play are Nihal as the judge, Chaitanya as technology, Nischala as literature, and Himashri as the student. Hope you all enjoy the play.
Order. Today's case. Is literature still relevant in the modern world?
Your Honor, I present an exhibit, a smartphone. It contains millions of books, videos, and facts. Why do we still need the old literature?
I agree. I can get information in seconds. Why spend hours reading a novel?
Literature, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Not guilty, you are too old, slow, and outdated.
Well, perhaps technology. Tell me, can you teach empathy?
I can provide information.
Information tells us what happened, but literature helps us understand how it felt. What's the difference? History may tell you a war was fought, but a poem tells you how it felt like to lose a friend in that war.
I can summarize that poem in just 10 seconds.
And yet, a summary can tell you what the poem says, but not what it makes you feel.
Interesting.
When you read, you borrow another person's eyes. You see through the lives you have never lived. So literature is not just stories? No, it is a rehearsal for life. Before you face betrayal, courage, love, loss, or hope, you meet them in stories.
Then what is my role?
You help people access knowledge. I help them understand humanity.
The court has reached a final verdict.
What is it?
In a world overflowing with information, literature remains essential because it teaches us wisdom.
Information fills the mind.
Knowledge sharpens the mind.
And literature? Literature enlarges the heart. Come. A society that reads facts becomes informed.
A society that reads literature becomes human. Information tells us what to think about, but literature helps us how to think, to feel, and to understand others.
Thank you. Wow, what a thought-provoking performance. Let us give a huge round of applause to our talented players for reminding us that technology gives us information, but literature teaches us empathy, wisdom, and imagination. Books may begin with words, but they truly become alive through conversations. Today, we are excited to present you with an extraordinary podcast, The Literary Edge, a live podcast that talks about literature in a most wonderful way. Now, let us give a warm round of applause to our talented minds behind this wonderful play, Abhijit, Nevan, and Yash. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavya. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to The Literary Edge, where stories are more than words. They are windows into the human experience. I'm Abhijit, the literary captain, and joining me are Yash, Nevan, and Lalit. After witnessing the trial of literature, one question still echoes in this auditorium. Does literature still matter in the age of artificial intelligence? Let's find out.
First, a quick survey. Who here has Googled an English summary the night before an exam? Come on, guys, don't leave me hanging. Exactly, half of the school just became witnesses.
You know what? Forget about summaries. Who here has watched the movie instead of reading the actual novel? There's no judgment here. We're all friends.
And who confidently said, I'll start reading from tomorrow, and the tomorrow is still loading?
See, technology isn't the villain. In fact, it's wonderful. But imagine watching only the trailer of a movie and saying I've experienced the whole film. That's what reading only a summary feels like.
A summary tells you what happened, but a story tells you why it mattered.
Google can only tell you that Romeo and Juliet had died, but only Shakespeare can make you wish they hadn't.
Google tells you Anne Frank lived during World War II, but her diary lets you hear the heartbeat of a 13-year-old girl hoping for tomorrow. That's the difference.
And that's why we celebrate today's Literature Fest. Today isn't just about English. It's about discovering the magic hidden inside words.
Take poetry for example. Sometimes it sings, sometimes it protests, sometimes it whispers truth that an ordinary conversation never can. A few lines of poetry can carry a lifetime of emotions.
Then comes drama. This is where the characters stop simply speaking. They reveal courage, love, hope, and jealousy. Every stage becomes a mirror where we finally begin to see ourselves.
And don't forget fiction. Every novel invites us into another life. Every short story asks, what would you do if you were in my place? That's empathy in action.
Every story also has something deeper. Have you ever heard your teachers talking about the theme? The theme is the big idea, hiding beneath the story. A story about a journey may really be about discovering about yourself. And a battle may really be about choosing between what is right and wrong.
Then there's mood. The author creates a feeling of excitement, mystery, fear, and joy. The mood makes the readers feel what the characters feel.
Then comes tone. The tone is the author's attitude. Funny, serious, hopeful, sarcastic. We begin to feel the author's emotions before we even begin to understand what he has actually written in the passage.
My favorite is symbolism. A rose isn't just a flower. A journey isn't about traveling. A storm isn't always about the weather. In literature, ordinary things often carry extraordinary meanings.
And that's why literature never grows old. The words remain the same, but every generation discovers a new meaning.
People often ask, will AI replace literature?
In reality, AI cannot replace literature. AI can only generate words, but it's the true human experiences that create stories that are worth remembering.
Technology connects devices, while literature connects hearts. Technology gives us speed, while literature gives us depth.
And that's what today's Literature Fest celebrates. Not just books, but imagination. Not just language, but life. Every story, every skit, every performance is proof that literature isn't locked inside textbooks, it's alive here on this stage and inside every single one of us.
Because every great movie, every inspiring speech,
Every unforgettable invention
begins with an idea, and every great idea begins with a story. Read beyond the syllabus, read beyond the screen, read beyond the marks, because literature doesn't just prepare you for examinations, it prepares you for life. Happy Literature Fest! Over to you, Rashida.
Thank you, Abhijit. The podcast was so relatable. Thank you. As the great poet Robert Frost once wrote, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. These timeless words remind us that every adventure begins with courage to choose a path of our own. Poetry has always been the heartbeat of literature, and this lyrical poem captures emotions, dreams, and the joy of exploration, reminding us that the greatest journeys begin with a single step. Now, let's celebrate that spirit of courage, curiosity, and the joy of embracing the unknown through musical presentation. Leading us on this lyrical journey are a talented trio, Rakshanda, Ahana, and Aditi. Over to you, girls. Check. Check. I don't see friends who are scared. Do you know what I see?
I see friends who are ready to take on the world.
I'm scared too sometimes.
But somewhere deep down,
I know. There's a light in the distance, and if you listen, you'll hear it calling your name. It takes courage to follow, but trust me and let's go, and you'll see the world start to change. So don't waste a moment on staying too focused on problems that might be ahead. And when it gets dark, don't ever let your heart forget. To whatever comes your way. Come on and taste the kind of freedom only the wilderness contains. Don't let people call us crazy. What's the fun in playing safe? I wanna run, run, run. Feel the window and the sun in your eyes, and breathe in those mercy songs. Come on, can't you see it? These wide open skies, been calling, my feet have to move. I wasn't called to be caged by four walls. I'm exactly where I want to be. If my future was up to me, I'd only wanna be free. Oh, I wanna run, run with the horses through the water and the flame. What's to fear when heaven's with me? When the unknown calls my name, I wanna climb that highest mountain, face whatever comes my way. I wanna run, run, run. Okay, alright guys.
so on the count of three, everyone strike a pose.
Oh, I didn't say three yet.
Guys, not yet.
I wanna run, run, turn adventure to whatever comes your way. Come on and taste the kind of freedom only the wilderness contains. Don't let people call us crazy. What's the fun in playing safe? I wanna run, run, run. a delightful performance. As the song reminds us that every adventure begins with courage and dreams to take the first step. As J.R.R. Tolkien beautifully said, not all those who wander are lost. Let's give a huge round of applause to Rakshanda, Ahana and Aditi for a wonderful performance. Over to Pranay and Suhas.
Thank you, Rashida. Welcome back to the Literary Edge. Today's episode is about idioms. Expressions whose meanings are very different from the literal meaning of the words. They add color, humor, and imagination to a language, making everyday conversations more lively and memorable.
Language is a mask. We wear a collection of metaphors we wish to simplify our world. We tell one another to break a leg, spill the beans, rarely stopping to consider how absurd those words would be if they were true.
Why do people use idioms at all? Why can't they just say what they mean? Because saying I am extremely nervous is fine, but saying I have butterflies in my stomach paints a picture you never forget.
But today, that mask slips. We are stepping into a world where grammar is abandoned, logic is forgotten, and our most casual expressions decide to take on a life and a chaos of their own.
Prepare for a moment where language finally stops hiding behind meaning and begins to take on a life of its own. I now call upon grade 4 to present us with a hilarious take on the fascinating world of idioms.
Welcome to the kingdom of language, where words, stories, poems, and expressions lived happily together. Among them lived the idioms. They made language colorful, exciting, and fun. Scene 1. The happy kingdom of language. My kingdom is full of imagination because every word has a purpose. Scene 2. A problem begins. Good morning, children. Good morning, ma'am. Children, tomorrow is your annual performance. Break a leg.
Ma'am, why should I break my leg? If I break my leg, how will I perform?
Oh dear, I didn't mean it literally. Okay, children, concentrate here. Today we're going to start a new project, and this project will be a piece of cake for you.
Really, ma'am? Where is the cake? Is it chocolate or vanilla?
I love cake. Can we eat it after class? No, I meant that the project will be very easy.
Oh, piece of cake means very easy?
Yes. Okay, children, enough for today. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Everyone, come here. I have a surprise. Don't spill the beans about the surprise.
What beans? I do not even have any beans.
Shall I bring some from my home tomorrow?
The students laughed, but the idioms did not. I am break a leg. Nobody understands me. I only wanted to wish people good luck.
I am piece of cake. Everyone thinks that I'm just a dessert. I actually mean something is very easy.
I am spill the beans. People laugh instead of learning my meaning. I only mean don't reveal the secret.
I am early bird. They remember our words but forget our wisdom. I teach people that those who start early succeed. I am under the weather. Everyone thinks that I am talking about the weather. I simply mean someone is feeling unwell. I am once in a blue moon. I celebrate rare moments, but nobody understands me either. The idioms felt sad and unimportant. Scene 3. The idioms leave. Today's worksheet is very simple. You can finish it quickly. If it's so simple, why do you always say it's a piece of cake instead of just saying it's easy? We use idioms to make our language more colorful and interesting. But many of us don't understand the expressions. They sound confusing. I think you're right. People don't use idioms much anymore. The idioms looked at each other with disappointment. They don't understand us. Perhaps they don't need us anymore.
Maybe it's time to leave.
If they forget our meanings, they will lose important life lessons. Without us, language will lose its feelings. Maybe our absence will teach everyone our values. The idioms packed their bags and slowly walked away. Farewell, kingdom of language. Scene 4. The kingdom changes. Stories became dull, poems became plain, and conversation lost their sparkle. My kingdom is losing its magic. Without idioms, language is incomplete. Who will help bring back the idioms? I will. Me too. Then go and find them. Tell them that people are ready to learn their true meanings. Scene 5. Finding the idioms. Ria and Araf search through the library of books, the poetry garden and the story forest. We must find the idioms. The kingdom of languages needs them. Don't give up. We will find them together. At last, they found all the idioms sitting sadly beneath a large tree. There you are. We have been looking for you everywhere. Why have you come here? Nobody understands us anymore. We came to say sorry. We finally understand your importance. What do I mean? You mean something is very easy. What do I mean? You mean not revealing a secret. What about me? You mean good luck. What about me? You mean people who wake up early and work hard succeed. What about me? You mean someone is sick or unwell. And what do I mean? You mean something is very rarely. Please come back. Stories, poems and conversations are incomplete without you. We promise to learn your meanings and use you correctly. Please come back. The kingdom misses you. Stories are boring without you. Do you promise to learn our meanings? Yes, yes. Then we shall happily return.
once again. Stories became exciting, poems became beautiful, and conversation became lively. I teach discipline and hard work. I build confidence. I bring excitement. I spread encouragement. I express emotion. I celebrate rare moments. Words give us meaning, but idioms give us imagination. When idioms comes alive, language comes alive. Thank you. Language becomes truly magical when ordinary words carry extraordinary meanings. Our performers beautifully brought that magic to life. Let's appreciate them with a big round of applause.
Over to you, Sri Lakshmi.
Thank you, Krishna Pranay and Suhas. Every story begins with words, and every word begins with letters and sounds. Before children become confident readers and storytellers, they first discover the magic of phonics, the foundation of language and literacy. At our English Literature Fest, we not only celebrate the beauty of literature, but also the joyful journey of learning to read. Our little stars from grade 1 are all set to bring alphabets to life, where letters become characters, sounds become adventures, and learning becomes pure fun. Please give a big round of applause as our grade 1 students present the naughty letters in phonics.
Good morning, little stars. How are you shine today? Good morning, ma'am. We are happy, bright, and willing to learn. Take your seats. Before we begin, let us wake up our mind with our classroom magic rules. Are you ready? Yes, ma'am. Then repeat after me. Rule number 1, sit up straight, nice and neat. Rule number 2, bright eyes on me. Bright eyes on you. Rule number 3, open your ears, listen carefully. Yes, ma'am. Now tell me, children, have you ever noticed how funny English can be? Sometimes letters whisper, sometimes they sing, and sometimes they make surprising sounds. Yes, ma'am. Very good. Today, the world of sounds is going to open its doors. Letters will come alive, sounds will dance, and words will tell their stories. But wait, I have invited a very special guest for today's class. Can you guess who they are? Who are they, ma'am? Tell us. Not yet. Listen closely. They're tiny, they're mighty. They help us read every word in the world. Shall we welcome them? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Letter A, why long face? In cap, I sound like I'm tired of sounding so plain. Oh! I want to sound fancy like A. Sounds like a job for magic key. Da 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 da. Some are looking of tricks. Magic key! Stand back. Watch my magic toes. Cap, cape. Hey, listen to me now. Wow. Cap, cape. Magic idiot. Cap becomes cape. Wait for me. I need help too. What happened, letter I? In kid, I sound so tiny. E. I want to be big. Big? Itty bitty. I feel tired already. Kid, calm because I have a secret. Tell us. At the end of life, I become a vowel. Oh! Happy jelly. Hear me? I sound like E. Sneaky Y. I like surprises. Excuse me, I have a problem. What is it? Sometimes I sound like K, sometimes like S. Even I don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry, before A, O, U, it sounds like K. Cat, corn, cup. And before E, I, it sounds like S. Said, city. Oh, I'm not confused anymore. Now tell me, children, who are our old superstars? A, E, I, O, U. Now tell me, children, what did we learn today? Magic E jumps at that. Short songs stretch and bend. A and I are besties too. Why play sisters too? C says go, C says. Phonics fun is simply the best. Happy
Wasn't that absolutely wonderful? From the magic of Magic-E to the playful adventures of our naughty letters, our young performers showed us that learning can be joyful, creative and full of imagination. They have taken their very first steps into the magical world of books and stories. A huge round of applause for our amazing grade 1 stars. Over to you, Samyukta and Risha.
Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. Welcome back to our little question box. Today, we are discussing about the 6 superheroes of English language. And yeah, I'm not talking about Superman, Spider-Man, or even Batman. I am talking about who, when, where, what, why, and how. Wait, those tiny words are superheroes? Absolutely yes. Just imagine asking for lunch without those words. Instead of asking, what are you eating? You might just stare at my lunchbox and hope it would speak. Or imagine coming to school and asking, where's my classroom? Oops, too late, you're already in the principal's office. My favorite is why. Parents hear it 100 times a day. Like, why should I go to bed? Why should I study? Why can't I eat ice cream for breakfast? Yeah, that's because every child is born curious. And every discovery in this world starts with a question. Big questions, small words, endless learning. Now, let us invite our tiny stars shine as they explore the magical words through a wonderful performance. Let us invite pre-primary students with a big round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. I am Samvedya. Tanisha and Vanchika are curious little girls. One day their head was full of questions. Oh dear, I want to know so many things. But who can help me? Suddenly someone popped in. Hello, I am O. Ask about people. Who is your best friend? Me, I am. Who are you? I am Dash and I love chocolate. See, that's my job. Ask about people. Then another funny friend jumped it. Boom! I am birds. I ask Puff is gone. Who ate it? Baby me. Then another sleepy friend jammed it. How? I am when I ask about time. When do you wake up? At 6 o'clock. I wake up at 10 o'clock. That's why you're always late. Then another funny friend jammed it. I am where? I ask about places. Where's your school? Right there. Where is my lunch box? Maybe in your tummy. Then came a clever little friend. I am why? I have a reason. Why do birds fly? Because they have wings. Why can't I fly? Because you ate too many laddus. Next came a most curious one. I am how? I ask all where things happen. How do you smile? Like this. How do it has to be? Like this. Now enter switch. I am rich. I ask about choices. Do you know which is my favorite cartoon? Mickey Mouse. Perfect. Last enters home. I am home. He asked whom the person receiving the accent. Whom did you invite for the party? I invite me all my friends. Oh, nice. Tanishi and Ganshka are so happy. Now they knew all about the magic question words. Thank you, my question friends. Teacher enters. Good morning, children. Good morning, ma'am. Question words helps us learn new things every day. Now we know Who asked about rain? What ask about things? When ask about time? Where ask about places? Why ask for reason? How ask the way? Which ask about choices? Whom ask about person, GCBB action. Tanisha and Ganchika now become mind learners because they never afraid to ask questions. Ask and learn, you learn. Moral: asking questions helps us learn and grow. Thank you.
As Albert Einstein wisely said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason of existence. Our pre-primary students beautifully brought this thought to life to their delightful performance. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Over to you, Amir.
Ever walked into your house after a bad report card and instantly knew the way your mom looked at you that you were in big trouble? Well, worry no more, because our next act brings you the greatest invention since sliced bread, a product so revolutionary that it might just save your life one day. Let's welcome our very own salesmen, Abhinav, Sri Rudra and Shiva, as they pitch you the one and the only parent mood detector. Grab your seats and get ready to buy one, because trust me, you're gonna need it. Let's hear it from our salesman.
Hello guys, happy Lit Fest. I, Abhinav, presenting my friends Shiva and Sri Rudra.
Today, we are here to present an original AdMat performance on a product that every child at least wishes to have once. Presenting the Parent Mood Detector, a smart device that helps students understand the perfect time to ask permissions or talk to their parents.
Good evening, Dad.
Good evening, Abhinav.
Dad, our school is organizing a trip to Shimla and Darjeeling next Friday. May I please go?
A trip? Are you serious? Have you completed your notes? Have you studied for your exams? Every time I see you, you're asking for something. Dad, I want this, I want that.
I was just asking.
No means no.
Why is it always so difficult? Yesterday he was smiling. Today he sounds like a volcano. I never know the right time to ask him anything.
I don't read minds, I read moods. Let us investigate the situation. Scanning, emotional temperature, stress level, processing. Analysis complete, mood highly irritated. Probability of getting permissions only 2%.
Only 2%? My math marks have a better chance than that.
Correcting. Your math marks have a 3% of chance.
Recommendation: do not ask for anything. Retreat immediately. Offer tea and maintain a safe distance.
Maybe now is a better time. Dad, can I ask you something?
I am in the middle of an important task. Please wait. Another scan. Mood analysis in progress. Attention level average. Patience level very low. Warning, parent is busy.
Should I ask now?
Only if you enjoy hearing, we'll talk later for the next 3 days. Not angry, not happy, just occupied. Suggestion: wait 10 minutes, smile politely and bring a glass of water. Success rate after the following instructions: 75%.
Dad, can I ask you something?
Of course, what is it? Final scan. Scanning. Happiness level excellent. Patience level 100%. Stress minimal. Congratulations, green mode activated. Proceed immediately.
Dad, can I go on a school trip?
Certainly, you have been responsible lately. Have fun, enjoy your trip and stay safe.
Thank you so much, Dad.
Ladies and gentlemen, how many times have you asked your parents for something at exactly the wrong moment?
Too many times.
Children don't always understand that parents have different moods too. That's why we proudly introduce the Parent Mood Detector. It instantly detects angry mood, busy mood,
Happy mood.
and it even provides smart suggestions.
Can it detect when my dad is about to start a 1-hour lecture?
Absolutely. Our latest software updates include lecture prediction technology. Can it detect if my child is pretending to study? Sorry, this is not available. Life is not about asking more, it's about asking at the right time. Understanding others' feelings makes every family happier.
So don't guess, just scan.
The Parent Mood Detector. Ask at the right time. Thank you.
Now that is what I call a true sales pitch. Forget the Shark Tank. These three could sell ice to a penguin. I never knew detecting my parents' mood could be that easy. Count me in, guys. I'm your first customer. A massive round of applause to Abhinav, Shirudra and Shiva.
Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm a man, Steve Harvey. Look at y'all looking all cute out there. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Come on. Now, listen. We have a very special guest. He's a famous author who writes amazing stories. Please make some noise for Mr. Rustiman! I'm so happy to be here. Greetings to everyone at Delhi World Public School. Man, we are glad to have you. Now, Ruskin, I heard something crazy is happening. The grade 2 students are putting on a show called Grey Matters. Hold on a minute. Grey Matters? Are they talking about the grey hairs on my chin? Because I count them every day and they want me to cry? Ha 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 ha. No, Steve, not here. They're not talking about colors. Sometimes we think people are either 100% good, like shiny bright white, or 100% bad, like deep dark black. Or like a zebra or a tuxedo. Exactly. But real life isn't like a zebra, Steve. Nobody's perfect and nobody's completely bad. Everyone has good things about them, and everyone makes silly mistakes. Hold up! Let me get this straight. You're telling me if someone eats the last cookie without asking, aren't they a supervillain? Ha 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 ha! Not at all. If we start judging people so fast, we can find good qualities in everyone. Wow! That was beautiful. Well, y'all, let's hear how the cartoon characters handle this. Ladies and gents, put your hands together for Grey Matters beyond black and white. I am Cruella. Honestly, people call me mean, but I am brave and full of life. I'm Tom the cat. At least I look at you. I chase a mouse all day, but I still help him when he's in danger. I am Ursula. How curious. People are afraid of me because I make deals, but I never break my words. I am Mother Gothel. People call me selfish, but I took care of Rapunzel for years. I kept her safe and fed. I am Captain Hook. They call me wicked, but I am brave enough to sail the wildest seas. And Drago Malfoy. Harry Potter and his friends dislike me because they think I'm bullying, but I'm clever, quick, and full of wit. I am the mask. I wear a magical mask that turns my face bright green and naughty and wild. So maybe none of us are completely bad. That is right. I am loud with great ideas. I play tricks, but I never break my promises. I held on too tight, but I did care for her. I fight battles, but I love big adventure. I may be proud and competitive, but every time needs a little twist. I may have honor in darkness, yet am bold and fearless. I think fast and funny and they can make people laugh. Ha 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 ha. I chase a mouse, but I don't want him to get hurt. So, we are not just bad guys. No one is bad all the time. Even in the dark, there's a little bit of light. We are like a sea. Sometimes we are calm and sometimes we are wild. Like the moon I show courage and change as I grow. Neither dark nor light. I'm always green bright. That means we are all a little bit of both. Wow, that was beautiful. See, I told you, nobody's perfect. It is true. Even a wiser mother like me makes silly mistakes. Just this morning, I forgot my water bottle and tried to write a story with a carrot instead of a pen. Ha 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 ha! A carrot? Man, don't feel bad. Last week, I walked out of the house wearing my socks inside out and my shoes on the wrong feet. I was walking sideways all day. Ha 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 ha. So if we all make silly mistakes, we shouldn't be quick to point fingers and judge others. That's right. Everyone has a little sunshine and everyone has a few goofy rain clouds. And that is exactly what makes all of us wonderfully interesting. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ruskinman, and a huge thank you to Delhi World Public School. You kids rock! Thank you, Steve. I had so much fun. Until next time, kids keep smiling, keep learning, and remember, it's okay to be a little late. Bye bye, everyone. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. That's all from grade 2. What a wonderful way to portray that life is not just black or white. Some are kind, some make mistakes, some smile bright, some need a break. No art is perfect, none is the same. We all are learning in life's great game. Between the dark and shining light, there's a soft color and bright. Gray reminds us every day to choose kindness along the way. For people aren't just good or bad, we have women sapiens. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikshit. The Grand Conclave of English is a theatrical play for a Grade 5 Literature Fest, featuring 20 students in a courtroom-style debate to determine the most essential element of language. A conclave is a formal, private assembly of important figures to resolve a critical issue, which here acts as a dramatic setting for various elements of language to argue the importance. For a literature festival, this event showcases creative expressions through activities like dramatic acting, poetry, debates, and musical performance. So over to you, Ayansh and Ria.
Thank you, Nidhi Didi. Good morning, respected principal ma'am, teachers, parents, and dear friends. Welcome to the Grand Conclave of English, where words, ideas, and imagination come together. Today, the greatest minds of English have gathered to settle one timeless question. Who truly is the heart of English? Each one believes without them, English would simply fall apart. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the pioneers, the visionaries, and the architects of the English language. Let's welcome the founding four. Without me, there would be speeches, nothing to say. Books with empty pages, songs without lyrics. See, even silence needs my permission. Words are remarkable, provided they know where they belong. A sentence is like a grand orchestra. Every word must enter exactly at the right moment. She's been arranging my words since my very first sentence. And you have been scattering them for me to rescue ever since? Words are fascinating. One sentence, countless interpretations. Take. That was brilliant. It could be a praise or the finest sarcasm. The words stay the same, but the meaning changes everything. Every conversation leaves clues. A pause, a raised eyebrow, a polite smile. Or, that's interesting. Now tell me, was that a compliment or a warning? She solved more language mysteries than most dictionaries have definitions. Elementary, my dear syntax. The words tell one story and people tell another. Our delegates have spoken. Now they each claim to be the foundation of English. Without words, nothing begins. Without structure, nothing survives. Without meaning, nothing matters. Without understanding, nothing succeeds. Words, structure, meaning, understanding, order. If four delegates create this much debate, imagine what happens when the rest arrive. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Conclave has only just begun. Without words, nothing begins. Without structure, nothing survives. Without meaning, nothing matters. Without understanding, nothing succeeds. Order. The echoes of a debate have traveled far and wide.
Please welcome the dreamers, the artists, and the masters of expression. Let's welcome the creative squad. You argue, I inspire. Without poetry, language speaks. With poetry, language sings. You make language sing. I make readers promise. Just one more chapter. One chapter becomes five. Five chapters become midnight. And suddenly the alarm clock becomes the woolen. You tell stories. I steal the punchline. Nobody remembers the lesson without the laughter. Is that why my perfectly structured lessons keep ending with laughter? For a moment I thought my punctuation had developed a sense of humor. I told the dictionary. It was amazing. Now it's lost for words. Congratulations! You just made an entire dictionary speechless. Now that's an achievement. Give me one idea. I'll give you an entire universe where dragons do homework and pencils write by themselves. Can't it be a universe without homeworks and exams? Of course. That's why it's known as imagination. I take ordinary ideas, sprinkle a little wonder, and suddenly everybody says, why didn't I think of that? Perfectly balanced phrases produce powerful performance. Practice patiently and perfection becomes possible. Provided you pronounce them properly, otherwise your dessert may become a dessert. Words can inspire, persuade, comfort, and even change history. Although I'm still searching for the speech that convinces the children to tidy their rooms. Those must be the rarest words in English language. Even I haven't found them yet. Enough! This conclave is beginning to wander off the page. Everyone, back to your places. Stand tall, stand straight. Faces forward, voices ready. Remember, even the greatest ideas need a little structure. And for everyone's sake, please do not split up the sentences or the infinitives. Now shall we continue like proper professionals? Thank you, Madam Syntax. Let's get back to assignments. Now, who deserves the title? Beauty, adventure, laughter, jokes, creativity, rhythm, speech, persuasion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Conclave is no longer a debate. It's becoming a literary catastrophe. Attention, attention! This conclave must come to immediate halt. We have just received a student's essay, and after reading it, we believe the English language deserves an emergency meeting. We tried very hard to understand it, but sadly, we've managed to recover only a few extracts. The rest remained beyond explanation. Extract number 1. Yesterday, I went to school because I'm absent tomorrow. Yesterday we wanted tomorrow. The sentence just travels through time without buying a ticket. Even time has refused to understand it. The past is confused. The present is embarrassed. And the future has filed for clarifications. Case officially opened. Unfortunately, the sentence isn't helping. Clearly, we need experts. Let's welcome the Council of Revision. Need a meaning? I'm always blue. If everything is good, I'm the work of 100. But without context, even the right words say the wrong story. I have watched words grow up, change meanings, and still spell themselves better than this essay.
32 spelling mistakes by pink pen once over time.
Delegates, this extract needs immediate attention.
Extract number 2. The movie was good. The hero was good. The ending was good. 3 gifts. Moon disappointed thesaurus. I own thousands of souvenirs, but none were invited.
Persuasion repeats for emphasis. This just repeats.
Final extract. My best friend is good at everything. No vowels at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the alphabet deserves an apology.
Please don't read it aloud. I'd like to keep my hearing.
Delegates, can we save this essay?
Yes!
Correct every spelling.
Better understanding.
Better choices.
Choose the right meaning.
And 1 million!
No!
Excellent. At least our interruptions are perfectly timed.
Correct every spelling.
Better understanding.
Better choices.
Choose the right meaning.
Alright everyone, that's enough. You've all claimed to be the heart of English. But answer me this. Can any of you truly stand alone?
Without meta syntax and merely a collection of words. Without detective pragmatics, even the clearest sentence may still be misunderstood.
Without love context, I have clues but no cases.
But without storytelling, meaning has nowhere to travel. Without vocabulary, I cannot even name my dreams. How can I invent new words, create unforgettable heroes, or whisper once upon a time without the magic of words?
And without all of you, I'd be telling jokes to empty chairs.
And without every one of you, I'm just a shelf full of words.
Then the verdict is clear. No one is greater than the other. English belongs to every one of you. And together, you make English extraordinary. When your talents converge, language transcends ordinary communication. It becomes an eloquent symphony, a magnificent tapestry, a celebration of human thought, and an enduring legacy. Ideas inspire us.
Stories unite us.
Language connects us. Together we are English.
Before we leave, I like my last word.
No!
I haven't even said it.
No!
Oh wait, I have more before we leave. I like to raise one more point.
No!
We corrected it before you spoke.
The Grand Conclave stands adjourned. May scholarships flourish, may imagination surge, may language remain our greatest legacy, may eloquence guide us always. This illustrious assembly is now officially concluded. Thank you.
Every great language is built not by one voice but by many. And today, those voices have reminded us why English continues to inspire the world. From all the delegates of the Grand Conclave of English, thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Students!
The chief editor was right. You're all winners. Vocabulary, syntax, and creativity just stole the show. You didn't just speak words, you wove magic. A performance worthy of grandest standing ovation. You proved that words, wit, and wisdom truly meets here. Over to you, Srinidhi.
Thank you, Nidhi. Have you ever imagined what would happen if the pages of the libraries came alive? Today, the doors of the museum are open to a world where every exhibit has a story to share. From mystery and poetry to history, fantasy and adventure, the genres of literature step out of the books and onto the stage. Welcome to the Museum of Stories, where imagination knows no bounds. Sit back and enjoy the journey.
Good morning everyone, my name is Shanvi and I am from 3rd standard. Once upon a time in a magical museum, the stories in the books were not silent, they came alive. Each one of the story had its own adventure, mystery, laughter or lesson, waiting to be discovered. Today, let us open the doors of this magical museum and meet these wonderful stories one by one.
Welcome everyone to Museum of Stories. This is not a museum with old paintings and dusty statues. Here, every story has a voice and every voice has a lesson. People travel from far away to visit this magical place, but only curious children can discover its secret. Today, two young visitors are going to begin an unforgettable adventure.
Wow, look at this place. The statues look so real. I thought one of them blinked at me. Yeah, you're right. And look at that one. It's ready to sneeze. I hope it does not sneeze on us. Welcome, young explorers. These are not ordinary statues. They are stories waiting patiently for someone to listen. Stories, but they aren't moving. Maybe they are sleeping. Perhaps, but stories wake up when curious minds arrive.
The children walk carefully to the museum. The room becomes quieter and quieter. Suddenly, the old clock began to chime. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The magical hour has arrived. When your hearts are ready to listen and your minds are ready to imagine the stories will begin to speak.
I think I'm ready. Me too. All together. If a statue starts dancing, I might run.
The first statue slowly comes to life.
What do I say? We don't have some light. It's not on. But I learn what.
Greetings, young explorers. I am Adventure Story. I take readers to mountains, forests, deserts, and oceans. With me, every page is a new journey. I teach courage, bravery, and never giving up. So pack your imagination. We are living in 5 seconds.
5 seconds? I'm still packing my bag with snacks.
The sparkling lights fills the room. Hello dear friends, I am Fairy. I bring magical kingdoms, talking animals, brave heroes and kind princesses. I remind everyone that kindness is powerful and yes, I know few dragons but most of them are quite friendly.
Friendly dragons? Do they eat vegetables?
Only on Mondays. Suddenly, the room becomes mysterious.
I wonder if you can guess who am I? I leave clues, puzzles and secrets behind. I make readers think carefully and solve problems. The more questions you ask, the more exciting I become. Now tell me, who took my missing cookie? Not me. Definitely not me. Interesting. That's something suspects usually say. The burst of laughter echoes around the museum. Hello everyone, I'm Funny Story. I bring jokes, silly situations and lots of giggles. Sometimes my characters wear shoes on their hands and gloves on their feet. And once a banana tried to enter a swimming competition. No, it slipped before the race started. Now I must begin to chatter. Greeting friends, I am Animal Story. In my world I talk, think and solve problems. The clever fox, hard working ant, wise owl convey valuable lessons. I help children learn about friendship, honest and teamwork. By such animals can make wonderful stories tell us. I wish my pet could talk. Be careful what you wish for. It may be a star asking for extra snacks every hour. The calm and thoughtful voice fills the room. Hello children, I am Real Life Story. I tell truth events about real people and real experiences. I teach courage, determination and hope. Through me, you can learn who ordinary people achieve extraordinary things. Every person has story worth sharing. Even us? Of course, you are already writing your own story every day. Soft music seems to flow through the air. Hello young dreamers, I am Pom. I use rhythm, run and beautiful words. I can make you smile, think, dream or feel inspired. Sometimes I am short and playful. Sometimes I am deep and meaningful. I turn ordinary words into music for the heart. Wow! So many words can sing too? Absolutely! You just have to listen carefully. Now I understood stories are much more than entertainment. Yes, adventure teaches courage. Mystery teaches thinking. Funny story teaches us to laugh. And every story has something special to share. Exactly. Stories are like teachers wearing different costumes. Each one helps us to learn in a different way. The children look around the museum once more. The statues are standing still again, but their lessons remain alive. The children have discovered an important truth. The stories in the books are not just words on a page. They help us learn, imagine and understand the world. The more stories you read, the more places you visit, the more people you meet and the more you learn. Different story, different ways. So everyone help us every day. Some make us laugh. Some make us think. Some help in imagination soar in a blink. Read a story, take a chance and let your imagination sing and dance. Can we visit the museum again? I still want to find who stole my mystery cookie. The investigation is still open. You may return anytime to the museum room, but only if you promise to read more stories. We promise! So the journey ends. A new story always waiting to be
What a remarkable journey to the Museum of Words. Today, we witness that every genre has its own voice, its own charm, and its own way of helping us understand the world. Whether it made us laugh, think, wonder, or dream, literature truly comes alive when we open our minds to it. Let's give these wonderful performers another huge round of applause for making these genres come to life. Over to you, Nischala.
Every great story begins with someone finding the courage to be themselves. Our next performance is a celebration of confidence, resilience, and the beauty of embracing who we truly are. Presenting This Is Me from The Greatest Showman.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say we don't want your broken parts. Learn to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say no one love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are warriors. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna stand the flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm holding on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets in my skin. But far away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricade and reaching for the sun. We are warriors, and that's what we've become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are warriors. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna stand the flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna stand the flag, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. This is me.
What a powerful reminder that every voice deserves to be heard and every individual deserves to shine. As we continue our celebration of the written word through the language of music, let us now ring a round of applause. Over to you, Reyanshu and Vainavi.
Hey Riyansh, what are you reading? I'm reading Henry by Ruskin Bond. Oh, Ruskin Bond? All the kids like his stories. Honestly, Ruskin Bond is such a great author. Indeed. And you know, my morning started with a cup of coffee and a book. Honestly, nothing beats that feeling of flipping through the pages before the world gets noisy. Totally agree. I was reading last night and it struck me. Books are like time machines. One moment you're in medieval England with Shakespeare, the next you're chasing whimsical rhymes with Dr. Seuss. Exactly. And sometimes I wonder, what if we could actually sit down with these authors? Oh, that would be priceless. And think about it. Authors from different centuries who have such different takes on life. Yet their words still connect with us. It's almost like they're here, guiding us through imagination and wisdom. Well, today we don't have to imagine. The stage is about to bring those voices together in one place. So let's see what happens when timeless authors meet curious minds. It's going to be one unforgettable press conference. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our special press conference where great authors from different centuries have come together to answer questions from young minds. Today, we celebrate voices that shape imagination across time. Let's welcome our distinguished guests. First, I would like to welcome Mr. William Shakespeare. Miss J.K. Rowling. Dr. Seuss. Mr. Ruskin Bond. Miss Sarojini Naidu. Mr. Rabindranath Tagore. Mr. R.K. Narayan. Mr. Robert Frost. Mr. T.S. Eliot. Miss Emily Dickinson. Miss Maya Angelou. And last but not least, Mr. Lewis Carroll. It's a rare moment. We saw from Shakespeare to Seuss, poetry to prose, all under one roof. Now, dear reporters, the floor is yours. Let's begin with your first question, Ms. Chetra.
Thank you, Kartish. My question to Mr. Shakespeare. Sir, your plays are over 400 years old. Why should children today still read them?
Because people may change their clothes, but not their emotions. Ambition, jealousy, and friendship are timeless. My stories are the mirrors. You might see yourself in them. And remember, dear children, all the world's a stage, and you are its brightest player. Beautifully said, Mr. Shakespeare. Timeless emotions indeed make timeless art. Let's go to the next question, please.
My question is to Miss Rowling. Miss Rowling, if Harry Potter were in our school, what would be their biggest fear?
Perhaps not dark wizard, but distractions. Phones and social media can be more powerful than magic if they steal their attention. True magic lies in curiosity and kindness, and maybe
How good will envy our classrooms because learning here is its own spell.
A wonderful reminder that curiosity is the real one which you all heard. Miss Joshika, you may ask a question.
Thank you, Kartish. My question for Dr. Seuss. Sir, why do you write such funny stories?
Ha, the funny stories. Because serious lessons convey colorful hats, laughter opens the mind and imagination helps us solve real problems. When you giggle, your brain dances and that's how ideas are born.
Right with the reason. Thank you, Dr. Seuss. Let's have the next question, please.
Thank you, Kartish. My question is for Mr. Ruskinborn. Mr. Ruskinborn, children spend more time on screens than in nature. What would you tell them?
Nature is the oldest storybook. The rustling leaves, singing birds and falling rain teach patience and wonder. Don't just scroll, stroll. Every tree has a tale. Every breeze whispers poetry.
That's a statement worth walking into. Let's have the next question, Mr. Mitnesh.
Thank you, Kartish. My question for Miss Sarojini Naidu. Miss Naidu, your poems often celebrate India's spirit. What message do they hold for the children today? Poetry is the heartbeat of a nation. Children should know that their voices like mine can sing of freedom, beauty and courage. Let your words bloom like lotus petals, pure, proud and full of light.
A poetic call to awaken young hearts. Thank you, Miss Sarojini Naidu. Let's have the next question, please.
My question is from Mr. Rabindranath Tagore. Sir, you wrote both poetry and songs. Why do you think art matters in education?
Because education with art is like a garden without flowers. Music and poetry awaken the soul, teaching harmony beyond the textbooks. Art teaches us to feel before we think, and that is true wisdom.
Indeed, learning is complete only when it touches the heart. Let's have the next question, please.
My question to Mr. R.K. Narayan. Sir, your stories are simple yet profound. What advice would you give young riders?
Right about the world, you know. Even small streets can hold up great adventures if you look closely. Stories live in everyday smiles and small surprises.
A gentle truth. Simplicity often has the deepest meaning. Mrs. Ange, you may ask a question.
Thank you, Kartish. My question is from Mr. Robert Frost. Sir, your poems often talk about choices. What lessons do you want the children to learn from them?
That every path matters. Sometimes road less travels makes all differences. When you stand a crossroad, listen to your heart. It knows the ways.
One words for every journey, Mr. Frost. Let's have the next question, please.
My question for Mr. T.S. Eliot. Sir, your poetry can be complex. How should children approach it?
I would say with patience. Poetry is not a puzzle to solve, but a rhythm to feel. Listen first, understand later. Silence has its own verse. You just need to hear it.
A beautiful thought, Mr. Eliot. Poetry begins where words end. Let's have the next question, Mr. Danish.
Thank you, Kartish. My question is for Mrs. Emily. Mrs. Emily, you lived a quiet life. What can children learn from solitude?
That silence is not emptiness. It's a canvas where thoughts spin themselves. In quiet moments, you meet your truest self.
Solitude, the secret garden of creativity. Thank you, Miss Emily. Let's have the next question, please.
My question for Miss Maya Angelou. Miss Maya, your words inspire strength. What is your message to the children today?
Rise with courage even if the world tries to cage you. Your voice can still sing. You may encounter defeats but never be defeated.
Powerful and uplifting. Thank you, Miss Angela. Mr. Mokshit, it's your turn.
Thank you, Kartish. My question is from Mr. Lewis Carroll. Mr. Carroll, your stories are whimsical. Why is nonsense important?
Because nonsense teaches sense. Imagination stretches the mind. And sometimes the silliest questions lead to the wisest answers. A world without wonder would be terribly dull.
Indeed, a little nonsense now and then is cherished by wisest men. Let's have the next question, please.
A question for all the authors. If books disappeared tomorrow, what would the world lose?
If books disappeared tomorrow, the world would lose wisdom,
Hope, imagination, human connection, freedom,
Harmony.
storytelling,
choice, time, thought, courage,
wonder. A world without books would be a world without dreams. Let's have the next question, please.
artificial intelligence can write stories now. Are you worried?
A good question. A pen may write words, but only a heart can write emotions.
Technology the tool. The question is not can machines write, but will humans still dream? Machines can rhyme, but can they wonder? Stories are not only made of words, they are made of memories. Machines cannot sing the soul of a nation.
True art is born of harmony, not algorithms.
A machine may describe a street, but only a human can feel its warmth. Choices made by machines can lack human heart.
Technology may echo words, but not the silence between them.
Can a machine hear the hush of solitude?
Stories without lived courage are hollow.
Machines may juggle nonsense, but can they laugh?
A poetic reminder. Technology may assist, but humanity inspires. Let's have one last question for Miss Joshka.
One final question for all the authors. What is the most powerful thing in the world?
The most powerful thing in the world is dreams, for they shape destiny.
Love, stronger than any spell. Creativity, it makes the world dance. Kindness, the simplest way to connect. Voice, it carries freedom song.
Beauty, it awakens the soul.
Simplicity, it reveals life's truth. Courage, to walk in your chosen path.
Wisdom, born from silence and thought.
Hope, it lives in quiet hearts.
Truth, it sets the spirit free.
Laughter, the spark of wonder.
Because one idea shared through words can change the world.
Thank you, dear authors. Today, we learned that books are not just pages. They're bridges that connect hearts, generations, and dreams. Remember, leaders become thinkers, thinkers become dreamers, and dreamers become change makers. And our audience, here's something to ponder. If you could write a story that the world would remember forever, which one would you choose to tell? Wow, what a performance! Seeing Shakespeare, Rowling, Angelo, and so many others share their wisdom felt like stepping into a living library.
Absolutely, the play reminded us that books aren't just stories. They're bridges. They connect generations, spark imagination, and teach lessons that no classroom alone can give.
And when we read, we wonder. Books teach us to feel happiness, and they also teach us to guide us through wisdom.
So, dear listeners, remember this. Success doesn't start with wealth or imagination. It starts with curiosity and a book in your hands. So, keep reading, keep learning, and you'll keep becoming.
Thank you, Reyansh and Vainubi. Alright everyone, get ready to giggle because it's time for another round of Just for Fun. You know how they say that the customer is always right? Well, today our salesmen are about to prove that the customer doesn't even know what they need sometimes. Please welcome our chirpy, cheeky and oh so convincing salesmen, Nikita, Prajwal and Vedant, as they take the stage to sell you something you never knew you needed. Let's give them a big warm welcome.
Why are you standing like you're about to announce a new planet?
Nikita, I have a problem.
Again? What happened this time?
My friend is left-handed.
Congratulations.
And he says that eating with the ordinary spoon feels so uncomfortable.
And that's why I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting you the revolutionary left-handed spoon.
Wait, it's just a spoon.
Not just a spoon, it's the spoon.
Wow, one word will change my entire life, won't it?
Okay, so what does it do?
It's especially designed for left-handed people. Maximum comfort, maximum balance, and maximum happiness.
Maximum exaggeration.
Thank you.
That wasn't a compliment.
Does it actually help?
Absolutely. People have reported feeling happier while eating.
People?
Yes.
Who?
My uncle.
That's one person.
One happy customer is enough.
Sounds convincing.
This spoon has been designed after years of research.
Research?
Yes.
By who? Scientists?
You ask too many questions.
I mean, the product sounds interesting after a bit of understanding. So I need answers to actually buy the product.
Of course, it's interesting and very innovative.
Does it come in different colors?
Absolutely. Silver, gold, black, and limited edition rainbow.
Rainbow? Cool. I can't believe I actually thought this product was stupid.
It looks very cool. Why settle for ordinary spoons when you can own the future?
The future?
Yes, revolutionary cutlery.
How much does it cost?
Just 149 rupees.
149 for a spoon? Does it also cook the food for you?
No, but it holds the food beautifully.
I'll take one.
Seriously?
Make that two.
Wow.
Smart decision. Always remember, left-handed spoon because every left hand deserves a right spoon. Thank you.
Customer really needs is a little flattery and a convincing pitch. A huge round of applause for our fabulous trio, Nikita, Prajwal and Vedant. Over to you, Rochit.
Thank you, Sonia. Our next performance brings to life one of Shakespeare's most remarkable heroines, a woman whose greatest strength is neither wealth nor status, but her wisdom, unwavering loyalty and justice. So please join me in welcoming Samapita, who will present her More Than a Woman, Portia's powerful monologue from The Merchant of Venice.
Do you know me? I am Portia. Many remember me as the Lady of Belmont. Others remember me as the lawyer who saved a man's life. But very few remember the woman who never got to choose her own. My future was locked behind 3 caskets: gold, silver, and lead. Princes came from distant lands believing they deserved me, yet not one of them asked, "What does Portia want?" My father's will decided my destiny, and I obeyed, not because I was weak, but wisdom sometimes waits for its moment, and when that moment came, I did not wait to be rescued. I became the rescued. Disguised as a lawyer, I stepped into a courtroom where powerful men argue over justice. One man demanded a pound of flesh. The law was on his side, but mercy, however, was not. So I spoke. The quality of mercy is not strained, not because mercy is kindness, but because mercy is strength. Justice without humanity simply becomes cruelty, and power without compassion becomes tyranny. And knowledge? Knowledge is the sharpest weapon of all. I defeated no one with a sword. No army stood beside me, and no crown rested upon my head. Only courage, only reason, and only words. So, if you shall remember me, do not remember the disguise. Remember the might beneath it. Remember that true greatness is not measured by wealth, not by power, not by birth. It is measured by the wisdom to choose justice and the courage to stand up for it. My name is Portia.
India, and my name echoes wherever and whenever mercy triumphs over revenge and vengeance.
This reminds us that courage speaks through mercy. So, thank you, Samapita, for bringing Portia to life. Give her a big round of applause. Over to you, Hasni and Josh.
Man, my day started with a disaster. I was stuck in traffic for an hour. Horns blaring, people cutting lanes. I swear my blood pressure was auditioning for a rocket launch. I could feel the anger bubbling up, like I was ready to yell at entire highway.
Oh, that sounds rough. My morning wasn't much better. I had to give a presentation at work. The moment I stood up, my hand started shaking. Fear took over. What if I forget my points? What if people judge me? My brain felt like it hit the panic button.
So there we are. Me wrestling with anger and you battling fear. Funny how these emotions sneak in and take in charge, right?
Exactly. And the truth is, we all go through these emotions, showing up whether we invite them or not. The challenge isn't avoiding them, it's learning how to live with them.
Which brings us to the Arjun, the character we are about to meet. He's stuck in a tough spot, facing choices that can stir up all kinds of emotions. Let's see how he's gonna cope up with that. Will he let his anger push him, or will his fear hold him back, or something else guide him?
Let's see how he handles the situation, and maybe we'll recognize some of ourselves in his journey.
In a quiet room, a young man named Arjun sits at the crossroads of his life. He had just received two life-changing opportunities. One, a secure government job that promises stability but little passion. Two, a chance to pursue his dream career in music. Uncertain and risky but deeply fulfilling. Two paths lie before him, one risky, one safe. His heart and mind are at war, and tonight his emotions will step out of the shadows and speak.
Why? Why am I like this? One path promises safety, the other sings of dreams, and here I am, stuck in the middle, arguing with myself. Every step feels like walking on a tightrope. One slip and I fall into regret. My heart races ahead, chasing music and passion, but my mind drags me back, chaining me to security. I feel like a soldier fighting a war with no enemy, only shadows of my own doubts. And the worst part, no matter which choice I make, I fear the silence of the road not taken shall haunt me forever.
As confusion clouds his thoughts, a burst of laughter fills the air. The first emotion arrives, bright and carefree. That is joy. Arjun, don't frown like that. You'll get wrinkles with your time. Think of the music, the applause, the joy. Life is a roller coaster. Why not scream with delight? Imagine the stage light, the rhythm, the crowd cheering your name. Isn't that what your heart beats for?
You make everything sound so easy, Joy, but roller coasters also make people throw up.
But life without a little dizziness is a straight road, boring and predictable. But where joy dances, sorrow soon follows, soft, poetic and full of reflection. Silence follows, dreams are fragile, every choice leaves behind something dear. I am the shadow of what you lose. When you chase a dream, another fades. I remind you of what you leave behind, not to hurt you but to make you cherish of what you have.
You even make silence sound like a poetry sorrow, but your words weigh me down.
Weight is not always a burden, Arjun. Sometimes it anchors you to truth. The
storm breaks, the air thickens, a fiery presence rushes in, angered by hesitation.
Enough of this whining! Arjun, stop running it out! Fight for your dreams! Punch hesitation in the face! You've waited long enough! Now, act! The world doesn't reward the timid.
Punch hesitation, and what if hesitation punches back?
Then punch harder! Every great story begins with defiance. Don't let fear write your ending.
But where fire burns, fear soon follows, trembling, cautious, and whispering warnings. It will, Arjun, it always does. What if you fail? What if the world laughs at you? What if you lose everything? Dreams are beautiful, but they can break you, Arjun. I only want to protect you from pain.
Fear, you're like a broken alarm clock, always ringing, never right.
Maybe, but even broken clocks warn of danger. I'm not your enemy, I'm your caution. The tension rises again. A proud voice cuts through the chaos, tall, confident, and unyielding. Failure, Arjun, you're destined for greatness. Stand tall. Without me, you'd crawl in doubt. I am your crown. You have worked hard, earned respect. Don't throw it away chasing uncertainty. You deserve admiration, not pity.
Crown, more like a heavy helmet. You make my neck hurt.
Then strengthen your neck. Greatness demands posture, not apology. A storm of voices grow louder until a warm glow enters, soothing the air. Love arrives, calm and radiant. Enough, all of you. Arjun, listen. Joy gives you dreams. Sorrow makes you wise. Anger makes you strong. Fear makes you careful. Pride makes you confident. And I make you a whole. Follow what makes your heart sing. But remember, love for your craft, your people and yourself must guide you.
Love, you always sound like a peacemaker, but even you can't silence them.
I don't silence, I harmonize. Each emotion has its own note and together they can create beautiful music. But harmony is fragile. The voices rise again, overlapping and clashing. A storm of feelings. Arjun stands in the center, torn and trembling.
Stop, you're tearing me apart. I can't hear myself think.
And now, the final emotion arrives. Steady, wise and clear. Reason steps forward, bringing light to the storm. Arjun, they are not your enemies. Joy brings hope. Sorrow brings wisdom. Anger brings strength. Fear brings caution. Pride brings dignity. Love brings unity. And I bring balance. To silence them is to silence yourself.
So, you mean I don't have to choose one voice over the other? I just have to listen and then balance them?
Exactly. Not silence but symphony. When you learn to listen to each voice without letting one rule, you find peace, not in choosing but in understanding. The battle within begins to settle. The battle within begins to settle. The voice is softened, blending into harmony. Without me, life is dull. I bring color to your days. Without me, life is shallow. I teach you the depth and empathy.
Without me, injustice thrives. I give you the fire to fight.
Without me, recklessness reigns. I keep you safe.
Without me, confidence crumbles. I remind you of your worth. Without me, hearts break. I connect you to others. Without me, chaos reigns. I guide you towards balance.
I see now. You're not chains to silence, but voices to understand. Alone, you mislead me, but together, you guide me. I will not silence you. I will balance you.
We are not enemies. We are the echoes of the same soul. Balance us and you can balance yourself.
Everyone learns that peace is not the absence of emotion, but the harmony of them all. The battle within ends, but not in victory, but in understanding.
Powerful. Ajit's journey felt so real. The tug of war between love, joy, pride and other emotions is something that every student faces.
Exactly. Exams, choices, friendship, emotions clash all the time. But in our play, we saw that balance is the key. Fear can guide, pride can lift, love can ground, and reason can steady.
So remember, it's not about silencing your emotions, but it's about harmonizing them. Balance the battle within and you will find strength and peace. Thank you. Over to you, Harsan and Mansa.
Good morning, everyone. We have seen dance performances, we have watched dramas, we have seen poetry recitations, we have admired beautiful words spoken with the perfect expressions. But have you ever wondered when poetry is no longer confined to the pages of the books, where every word begins to breathe, where every face finds an expression, when poetry is no longer recited but performed?
Honestly, not until today. I've read poems, memorized them the night before exams, underlined difficult words, and even recited them just to earn marks. But performing a poem, giving emotions a body, giving silence a voice, and making every line come alive, that's something I had never imagined until now.
You know what's fascinating? Sometimes you read just a few lines, but it feels like someone has entered your mind, borrowed your thoughts, managed to put them into words and made a poetry out of it. It feels like the poet knew you before you knew yourself.
Exactly. It's like one of those nights when you're overthinking absolutely everything and suddenly Instagram recommends the perfect reel, the one that feels suspiciously accurate. At that point, I genuinely start believing that my algorithm understands my life better than some people do. It's honestly a little scary, and I ask myself, was it really necessary?
Necessary? What's it?
Every war, every battle, every conflict humanity has ever fought, every documentary, every history lesson, every faded black and white photograph leaves me asking the same question. Have you ever stopped, not to study a war, but to imagine it, what it actually feels like for the people living through it?
No, I haven't. I've learned about the names of the kings, treaties, victories, defeats, but I've never managed to know about the people behind those chapters, the mothers, children, friends, brothers. Now I think I must. Let's have a projection of how it feels.
wins wars by dates, by victories, by borders, won or lost, by strategies and statistics and facts. It gives us timelines, maps, names, and outcomes. Who is going to elaborate on the mother who kept hoping her soldier son will come back alive? Who's going to talk about the kids whose soldier father promised he would be back? Who will tell where will the soldier find all of his lost soldier friends?
Poetry, my friend, poetry. It works quietly into the spaces that facts cannot reach. It remembers the tears hidden between the lines, the silence after the explosions, the trembling hands, the unanswered letters, and the ordinary people whose extraordinary courage was never written into textbooks.
Perhaps that's why poetry survives every generation. Because when memories begin to fade, poetry remembers. When photographs lose their color, poetry gives them a heartbeat. Today, we invite you to experience poetry, not as words on a page, but as movement, as emotion, as memory, and perhaps as hope.
A poetry performance which is a tribute not to those who fought the war, but to those who were left to live after it. Through the timeless words of Wisława Szymborska, we are reminded that while history celebrates the end of wars, poetry remembers what comes after. We now invite you to witness the end and the beginning.
After every war, someone has to clean up. Things won't straighten themselves up after all. Someone has to push the rubble to the side of the road so that corpse-filled wagons can pass. Someone has to get mired in scum and ashes, soft spring, splintered glass, and bloody rags.
Someone has to drag in a girder to prop up a wall. Someone has to glaze a window, rehang a door. Photogenic, it's not, and takes years. All the cameras have left for another war. We need the bridges back, and the railway stations. Sleeves will go ragged from rolling them up. Someone, broom in hand, still recalls the way it was. Someone else listens and nods with an unsevered head.
But already there are those nearby starting to mill about who will find the dove. From out of the bushes, sometimes someone still unearths rusted out arguments and carries them to the garbage pile. Those who knew what was happening here must make way of those who don't know a little, and less than little, and finally as little as nothing. In the grass that has overgrown causes and effects, someone must be stretched out, a blade of grass in his mouth, gazing at the clouds.
Every war eventually comes to an end. The gunfire stops, the smoke clears, and the flags are raised, and history turns the page.
But for someone, somewhere, a mother still waits, a child still asks, and a friend still remembers, and a chair near the dining table remains empty forever.
Perhaps peace is not merely absence of war.
Perhaps peace is a courage to ensure that no generation has to write or perform poems like these ever again. That is the question we leave with you.
Hey girl, what's up? Any tea to spill?
What do you even mean?
Girl, stop being so sophisticated.
Why does thou keep insisting such filth upon me?
What are you even trying to say, man?
Gosh, kids these days, so ridiculous.
Stop yapping. Your English Loki needs subtitles. Girl,
Good morning, everyone. Have you ever caught yourself talking to yourself, like before an exam, after an argument, or just while lying in bed at 2 a.m.? Don't worry, you're not weird, you're just having a conversation with yourself.
Literature has a name for that. It's called a soliloquy. It's when a character lets us hear the thoughts they'd usually never say out loud. But today, we're listening in.
But there's a twist. We'll be hearing these famous soliloquies exactly as how they were written.
And then imagine how the same characters would sound if they lived in the year 2026. Welcome to the Gen Z-fied soliloquies.
Meet Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark. His father dies, his uncle steals the throne and marries his mother. And then a ghost appears saying, I was murdered. Safe to say, life isn't going great.
Confused, heartbroken, and unable to trust anyone, Hamlet does what all of us do when life gets messy. He starts overthinking.
And from that overthinking, perhaps comes the most famous question in literature, to be or not to be?
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing in them to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say the end, the heartache, and 1,000 natural shocks, that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devotedly to be wished, to die, to sleep.
Years ago, the later, the castles are gone, the crowns are gone, but overthinking still going strong. So here's Hamlet,
Running on Wi-Fi instead of royalty.
Hamlet's Gen Z edition.
To exist or to be in an existential crisis. That's literally the biggest vibe check ever. Life's been doing the absolute most. I'm catching L after L. Everyone's fake. My family is messy. And my mental health is not slaying. Low-key, I just want to log off this whole timeline. But wait, what if the next server is even more cooked? That is the sus part. So instead, I keep coping, still will Delulu, fake being okay, and keep responding every single morning. Honestly, this load is wild.
And if Hamlet had a smartphone, the play would have ended after a screenshot.
But enough overthinking. Hamlet questions his decisions. Our next character never did until it was too late.
Meet Lady Macbeth. When a prophecy says a husband could become king, she chooses ambition over conscience and persuades Macbeth to murder King Duncan.
The crown becomes theirs, but so does the guilt, haunted by our own actions. Lady Macbeth begins sleepwalking and still convinced that her hands are still stained with blood.
And so she cries, out damn spot, out I say.
Out, damn spot! Out, I say! 1, 2... Why then this time to do it? Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a fear? What need we fear, who knows, when none can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought that old man to have so much blood in him? Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Never mind. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed.
400 years ago, Lady Macbeth feared bloodstains.
Today, our generation fears something far more permanent.
Screenshots, cloud backups, and the internet.
Out! Curse screenshot.
Out, I say. Delete the chat. Clear the recycle bin. Empty the trash. Why is it still there? No. Someone already forwarded it. All the perfumes of Sephora, all the storage in iCloud cannot erase the one embarrassing message I accidentally sent to the class group instead of my best friend. Who knew one tiny reply all could destroy an entire reputation? Delete one screenshot, 3 more appear. Block a person, 5 others have already done it. Is nothing ever truly deleted? Oh no, what now? Memory from 1 year ago? No!
Lady Macbeth. Turns out guilt survives every generation. But what happens when it isn't guilt or overthinking? What happens when the mind slowly begins to create its own reality? Our final character isn't haunted by ghosts. He's haunted by his own imagination. Meet the madman. We have met a prince trapped by overthinking and a queen consumed by guilt. But our final character faces a different battle altogether. At first, he is just an ordinary man, but little by little, his thoughts begin to overpower reality. He believes that the world doesn't understand him and everybody is against him. His greatest enemy isn't another person, it's his own mind. And so begins the madman.
They think I'm insignificant, invisible, ordinary. But what do they know? They laugh because they cannot see what I see. One day they will discover the truth. Then they will remember that I knew it first.
Times have changed, but one thing hasn't. We all create stories inside our heads. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're just overthinking. So here, we welcome the Gen Z madman.
They think I'm overreacting. Relax, it's just one assignment. Exactly. That's how every disaster begins. First an assignment, then one surprise test, then one project, then 5 deadlines. Then suddenly Google Classrooms has declared war. Nobody understands. My teacher says it's only 10 marks. Only 10? That's exactly what someone who isn't suffering would say. No, I know the truth. The Wi-Fi always stops 5 minutes before submission. Coincidence? I think not. They call me dramatic. I call it pattern recognition. One day, when everyone else's internet crashes, they'll remember I warned them.
Ladies and gentlemen, one final battle. Classical minds versus modern minds. Let the dance decide.
King William, we had a great raid with King Aloha. I didn't really expect this raid with a king, so to celebrate this occasion, we'll be hosting a ball. Tonight, we are gonna have a blast and the ball is our promise.
Beats fast, colors and promises. ¿Y qué fue? No hiciste nada. Con tanta chapa, va a hacerle. ¿Y qué fue? No hiciste nada. Con tanta chapa, va a hacerle. Mambo. Chapa.
빙글빙글 돌아가며 춤을 춥시다. 손뼉을 치면서 노래를 부르며 랄라랄라 즐겁게 춤추자.
Today, we've traveled across centuries. We met a prince who couldn't stop overthinking, a queen who couldn't escape her guilt, and a man who completely lost himself in his own thoughts. Different stories, different centuries, different words, but the same emotion.
Today, we don't wear crowns, we carry smartphones. We don't fear bloody hands, we fear screenshots. We don't write letters, we leave people unseen. So much has changed in this world, but the human heart has remained the same. And perhaps that's why great literature never grows old. Because every generation finds itself in the same stories, just told in a different language. Thank you.
Some clues tell stories, some shadows hide secrets. In this world of ours, nothing is ever quiet as it seems. Welcome to Where Murder is the Key, a gripping tale where only the sharpest minds can unlock the truth. Let the investigation begin.
Chapter 1 Murder in the Haringey Venue. Welcome to 1989 England, a time when people cared about exactly two things, money and how to gain more of it. This is the story of Richard Sterling, a man so rich he bled gold, and so cruel he wouldn't give his own children a single pence. On the night of 27 November 1989, the annual family dinner took place. After dinner, Richard and his daughter Victoria had a massive argument. Families, am I right? Anyway, the doors closed at sharp 10 p.m. and opened at 9 a.m.
Yes,
No one in, no one out. The next morning, Dr. Salvatore arrived for the monthly checkup. Boblegs brainless, the local police were completely baffled. Anyways, lucky for this household, Hamilton was close by. Not the Hamilton, obviously. Enter Detective Alexandra Hamilton.
Sir, you have to remove all the chairs. vultures. Call in the vultures. Sit, Miss Harrington. Take a breath. Now walk me through your exact routine last night. Spare no details. It was completely normal, detective. After the family left, Mr. Sterling, he locked the gates at exactly 10 p.m. and I went to his room to give him his usual medicine at 10:05. But when I went there to the medicine tray, a vial was already broken on the floor and I clumsily rushed to clean it up. But I don't know what happened and Mr. Richard is dead now. A broken vial? Fascinating. Tell me, Miss Iris, as his primary nurse, I want you to dictate a full, precise list of Richard's medications for me. Of course. Mr. Richard used to take digoxin for his heart, a standard liquid B12 supplement, a mild sedative before bed, and a daily saline flush. Beautifully dictated. You may step out. Julian Sterling, Richard Sterling's son. Julian, the grieving heir, or should I say, the eagerly awaiting son.
Grieving? Let's not play pretend. Detective, my father treated us like business liabilities. The way he raised me and Victoria was borderline criminal. I wanted his money, yes, but last night I didn't see or hear anything other than Victoria's fight with that old hag. I spent my whole evening reading in my room. My son Miles can verify that, though he and I exactly don't have warm, loving relationship either. We prefer silence.
A household bound by mutual hatred? Delightful. Thank you, Julian. You may step out. Victoria Sterling, Richard Sterling's daughter.
Look, let's skip the small talk. I'm glad he's dead, okay? The world's a better place. Now, when's the will reading?
A man is brutally murdered, Victoria, and your mind goes straight to the bank account? Tell me, what was your routine like after your little screaming match with him?
My routine is waiting for my inheritance. I went to my room, locked my doors, and started packing my bags to leave this miserable estate forever. I'll be almost done here because I have a lot of shopping to catch up on.
Direct, cruel, a textbook suspect. Miles Sterling, Richard Sterling's grandson and Julian's son. Young Miles, tell me, what does a boy like you do on the night his grandfather is put out of his misery?
Hey detective, my routine? Simple. My dad had already left the main house early because he couldn't stand the vibe. I stayed behind a bit, then walked down to wait by the main gate for my friend to pick me up. Right before I left, I heard a glass break in the study and saw Iris through the window rushing around like a maniac to clean it. That's all I know. So seriously, when's the will reading?
A glass breaking? From all the way by the main gate? My, what exceptional hearing you have, Miles. Run along now. Dr. Damon Salvatore, Richard's close friend and associate. Ah, Dr. Salvatore, the man who discovered our tragic corpse. Tell me about your day.
I arrived at 8 a.m. sharp for his routine Monday checkup, detective. I walked into his study, found him completely unresponsive and covered in red. It was horrifying. We go way back, Richard and I. It's a tragic loss.
A loss indeed. Doctor, just to compare with our sweet nurse's notes, could you also dictate the exact, precise list of Richard's medications for me?
Certainly. He took digoxin for his arrhythmia, a standard B12 liquid supplement, a mild-ending sedative, and a daily saline flush.
Perfect, doctor. You may step out. I have a will to read. Detective, I can't live with the guilt anymore. It was me. I killed Mr. Richard Sterling. Last night, when I went into his room to give him his usual medicine, I accidentally gave him the wrong one. But because Mr. Sterling saw me as his true daughter, his true family, he asked me to go away, and I did. And I'm so sorry. Please put me in jail. I deserve to be there.
Go back, Iris. Dry your tears and call the entire family here immediately. Attention everyone, quiet down. I hold the last will and testament of Richard Sterling. I, Richard Sterling, leave the entirety of my wealth, my estate, and every single pence to my nurse, Miss Iris Harrington.
What? Is this a joke? She's a fraud. She brainwashed him.
She murdered him for the money. I knew it the whole time. Check her alibi.
This can't be legal. I am his son. I'll sue his entire estate.
Silence! I know who the killer is. Come on now, masterminds. I'll give you 5 seconds to guess.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It was me. The killer is me. I already told the detective. I accidentally gave Mr. Richard the wrong medicine and I murdered him.
Oh my god, Iris, shut up. You didn't kill anyone. Because it wasn't Iris who killed Richard. In fact, it wasn't a one-man job at all.
A plot twist? Let's see how this unfolds.
On the night of the murder, while Victoria and Richard were fighting, the entire house was distracted. Perfect timing for someone to slip into the study and switch the labels on Richard's medical shots, replacing his standard saline flush with something far more deadly, potassium chloride. He was clumsy. He dropped a vial and ran. Miles, during your interrogation, you told me you heard a glass break in the study and saw Iris through the window rushing around like a maniac to clean it. But Iris didn't enter the room until 10:05. You weren't outside waiting for a friend, Miles. You were inside the room sabotaging the medicine.
That's a lie. That's an absolute garbage. I don't know anything about medicine. I'm a business student. I couldn't have picked up a poison out of a lineup.
Of course you couldn't. You're a greedy idiot. You needed a partner who knew the exact legal dosage. A partner who knew Richard's routine perfectly. A partner who during his interrogation dictated Richard's medications word for word in the exact same order as Iris did. Because he was the one who wrote the prescription. Dr. Salvatore.
What? Dr. Salvatore? You dragged my idiot son into a murder plot? Don't listen to her, Julian. She's spinning a fantasy.
But here is the beautiful irony. Iris is an exceptional nurse. When she picked up the swab bottles, her hands subconsciously recognized that potassium chloride is heavier and denser than standard saline. Her muscle memory made her adjust. Oh shit. Richard was never poisoned, but he sat there, willing to die to protect Iris. By starting a time of 10 minutes, but 10 minutes passed by, 15 minutes passed by, he realized he was alive. He was perfectly healthy. But just as he realized the poison had failed, his locked gates were opened by someone who had a spare key. It was Dr. Salvatore. He had to check whether or not the poison had worked because he just couldn't trust Miles. And when he realized Richard was alive, he knew he had to kill him. By taking things into his own hands, he killed Richard with Richard's own knife.
This is a theatrical delusion, Alexandria. You have absolutely no proof. You're a detective, not a psychic.
Oh, doctor, you claimed you arrived at 8 for a routine checkup, but the estate gates are heavily locked and automated. They don't open for visitors until 9 a.m. How did you get in at 8 without a spare key?
Furthermore, when you checked his pulse, your hands remained spotless, but Richard's collar was soaked in blood from the murder. If you actually checked his pulse, your hands would be covered in red. Care to let the police check your briefcase for a pair of bloody discarded gloves?
It was his idea. The doctor said we'd split the 80 million. He told me what labels to switch. He said we'd never get caught.
What? 80 million pounds? Just because you can't pass a basic time-telling test? You absolute disappointment?
Oh, well, it's just dumb and dumber. Well, Miss Harrington. It seems now you're an incredibly wealthy woman. I suggest you take that money and build a life far, far away from the vultures of Haringey Avenue. Case closed.
And so the vultures lost their wings, the nurse got a gold, and the detective got a glory. End of chapter 1.
No, wait.
What an intriguing performance that was. Let's give a big round of applause for our performers.
As a real narrator, Caroline Wells reminds us in the serious world we need to add a dash of fun and joy. Keeping that spirit alive, we now present a vibrant performance on the Korean song Soda Pop. Just as literature celebrates rhythm, imagery, expression, and emotion, this performance blends you creativity, energy, and a youthful enthusiasm into a lively artistic experience. So, dear audience, turn the page from words to moments and join us in welcoming our performers with a big round of applause.
Don't want you, need you, yeah I need you to fill me up. 마시고 마셔봐도 상해졌지 않아. Got a feeling that all yeah, you could be everything that I need. Taste so sweet, every sip makes me want more, yeah. Licking my stand cause you got it like that. Take a big bite, want another bite, yeah. 너의 모든 건 나 wanna 너 말고 모두 바래. When you're in my arms I hold you so tight, so tight. Can't let go, no, not tonight. 지금 당장 날 봐 시간 없잖아. 난 내 거야 이미 알고 있잖아. Cause I need you to need me. I make you feel me so refreshing. My little soda pop. You're all I can think of. Every drop I drink of. You're my soda pop. My little soda pop. Pull me down, you're so hot. Pull me up, I won't stop. You're my soda pop. My little soda pop.
Make me wanna flip the top, 한번 come make it hit the spot. Every little drip, the drop, fizz and pop. 소름 돋아, it's getting hot. It's hot sipping, man, it's dripping out. It's done, I need a second round and pour a lot. And don't you stop till my soda pop fizzles out. 속에 끌려왔던 너, 난 절대 놓칠 수 없어. 널 원했고 I waited so long for a taste of soda, so the wait is over, baby. Come and fill me up, just can't get enough. Every drop I drink up, you're my soda pop, my little soda pop. Pull me down, you're so hot, pull me up, I won't stop. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. You're my soda pop, gotta take every drop.
wonderful performers for bringing such a rhythm and vivacity. Can we bring them a big round of applause? Selling is more than a skill. It is the art of storytelling where persuasion meets imagination and confidence finds its voice. A true storyteller doesn't merely offer a product. They craft a narrative so compelling that the audience can't help but believe it. Will our next participant prove that the pen is mighty, the voice is persuasive, and the pitch unforgettable? Please welcome Akshat of grade 9 as he takes the stage to demonstrate that the finest storytellers are indeed the finest story people. Thank you.
Let me guess. Most of your elders must have told you that having a pet is too much of a hassle. Cleaning them, maintaining them takes too much work, and that's why they can't get you a pet. Well, I'm here today with a pet that none of your parents can say no to. No, it's not a dog, not a cat, not even a fish or a parrot. Well, the pet I'm talking about is a rock. Presenting to you the Rock. Oops, that's the wrong Rock. He's actually a Hollywood actor. Well, now for the real Rock. He's rock solid. He can survive up to 5 billion years, and I even have a warranty card for him. Actually, a lifetime warranty. He never dies. Food and water, everything is free. Cleaning it is also free. And it takes only one wipe to maintain it. It's also very cheap, only for 20 rupees. Buy one and get another one free. It can never fail you. You may fail 9 exams and lose 9 matches, but it will never judge you. And if you want, you can even take suggestions from your own Rock. Rocky, do I need to study today? It did not say anything, means there's no need to study. Rocky is the best pet you could have. So while other pets come and go, Rock is a rock solid. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Akshat. Your pitch reminded us that every successful sale begins with a captivating story. Let's roar it loud for Akshat.
Some books entertain us, while some transform us, and some people through their wisdom and words do both. It is now my distinct honor and privilege to introduce our chief guest for today's English Literary Fest, Dr. K.V. Jaykumar. He is an accomplished academician, senior adjunct professor and IIT outreach advisor at IIT Dharwad. He is an exceptional educator, inspiring mentor, and an eminent speaker. His passion for learning, communicating, and nurturing young minds perfectly reflects the very spirit of literature. Today, we are privileged to have him amidst us, to inspire us and to share his thoughts, to read beyond the pages of the book and inspire us to read the stories within ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, with a warm round of applause, let us extend a heartfelt welcome to our chief guest for today's event, Dr. K.V. Jaykumar.
What a performance by the students. My mind goes back probably more than 50 years back when I was a student like you at probably one of the oldest school of India, St. Joseph's in the Nilgiri district of Tamil Nadu. And those days, no TV, no telephones, no computers. That's the time when we had education. So we learned the hard way, but today you have everything. The quality of performance today was simply superb. I appreciate the high confidence level of the students and appreciate the teachers who have trained the students so well. Dr. Reddy, the chairman of the school, Janavi Reddy, the principal, and all the wonderful teachers who have molded the students today, and my dear students. It's a really privilege to be with you. on this memorable occasion as we come together to celebrate the successful culmination of the Literary Fest. My congratulations to everyone, every student who participated, every teacher who mentored, every parent who encouraged, and every member of the organizing team whose dedication transformed this event into a celebration of imagination, creativity, and expression. Today, as I look around, I did not merely see any competition. I saw confidence finding its wings. I saw ideas taking shape. I saw young minds daring to think differently and express themselves fearlessly. The power of words was clearly explained. Human civilization has been built not only by warriors, scientists, engineers, or entrepreneurs, but also by writers, poets, philosophers, and storytellers, as you see this morning. Empires have risen and fallen, technologies have evolved, but words have remained limitless. A single speech changed a nation's destiny. A single poem inspired revolution. A single book transformed societies. Words have the remarkable ability to comfort the lonely, challenge the injustice, inspire hope, and ignite dreams. That's why literary festivals are very important. They remind us that communication is one of the humanity's greatest strengths. In today's world, knowing information is not enough. The ability to communicate ideas clearly, thoughtfully, and compassionately has become one of the most important, valuable life assets. Some students have received trophies today, probably just after this program. Many have not. But I want to remind every participant that the real victory began the day you decide to step onto the stage. It takes courage to write. It takes courage to speak before an audience. It takes courage to debate. It takes courage to perform. Every participant has already won by overcoming hesitations. Success in life is really determined by the number of medals we collect, number of the prizes that we win. It's determined by the confidence we build, the lessons we learn, and the resilience we develop. Many famous authors repeated rejection. Today we found many of them here. J.K. Rowling's manuscript was rejected numerous times. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam faced failures before becoming one of India's most beloved presidents. I am very happy to inform you that when I was doing a master's degree in 1979, I had a one-to-one interaction with Abdul Kalam. He came to IIT Kanpur. We were sitting around him and talking, and we never imagined that he is going to reach such great level. Such a simple, down-to-earth person. So failure is never the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Now in the digital age, reading very aptly depicted by the students, what is reading in digital age? We live in fascinating times. AI can now answer questions in seconds. Search engines have provided unlimited information, but information alone does not create wisdom. Reading develops something technology cannot replace. Reading develops imagination, it develops empathy, it develops critical thinking, it teaches patience, it allows us to understand perspectives different from our own. Every great leader is an avid reader. Every great innovator is a lifelong learner. Books remain the best companions because they never stop teaching us. I would encourage every student to cultivate the habit of reading, not just students, the teachers as well, not because the exam is demanded, but because the life rewards it. Read literatures. Read science, read history, read biographies, read poetry, read newspapers. Every book adds another window through which you see the world. Literature is not merely about grammar, vocabulary, or a beautiful language. It teaches values. When we read stories, we learn compassion. When we read history, we develop perspectives. When we read biographies, we discover perseverance. When we read poetry, we appreciate beauty. When we read philosophy, we begin asking meaningful questions. Character is not built in classrooms alone, built through the reflection, and literature encourages reflection. Creativity definitely matters. Many people believe creativity belongs only to artists or writers. I disagree. Creativity belongs everywhere. An engineer solves problems creatively. A doctor diagnoses creatively. A scientist discovers creatively. An entrepreneur innovates creatively. A teacher inspires creatively. A leader governs creatively. So creativity begins with curiosity, and literature festivals nurture curiosity. When students write stories, compose poems, debate ideas, or perform dramatic roles, they are strengthening skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. communication, leadership, collaboration, confidence, critical thinking. These are exact qualities the future demands. Dear students, you belong to a generation unlike any before. You have access to enormous amount of information, but with great access comes great responsibility. Use social media wisely. Use technology responsibly. Let your words build bridges, not walls. Never underestimate the power of kindness. In communication, sometimes a thoughtful sentence can heal a wounded heart. As we have seen some of the plays here, sometimes an encouraging word can change someone's entire day. Choose your words carefully because words have consequences. As the famous saying goes, words are free. How you use them that may cost you. No literary festival succeeds without dedicated teachers. Behind every confident speaker stands a patient mentor. Behind every award-winning essay stands a teacher who corrected drafts. Behind every stage performance stands hours of practice, encouragement and guidance. My sincere appreciation goes to every teacher who invested time and energy into nurturing these young minds. I congratulate the parents. Your encouragement at home, your patience, and a belief in your children create the foundation upon which schools build excellence. Education becomes meaningful only when schools and families work together. To the prize winners who are going to receive prizes today, today's winners, celebrate your achievements, be proud, but remember that today's trophy is not your determination, your distinction. It's merely a milestone. Stay humble, continue learning, continue improving, never stop challenging yourself. To those who did not win, do not let disappointment define you. The world rarely remembers who came second in a school competition, but it always remembers people who refuse to give up. Your next opportunity is waiting. Prepare for it. Be stronger. Because perseverance eventually defeats talent when talent stops working hard. As we move into an age of artificial intelligence, automation, and rapid technology advancement, one truth remains unchanged. Machines may process information, but only humans can truly inspire. Only humans can empathize. Only humans can tell stories that touch hearts. Your ability to communicate, think critically, collaborate, and express ideas critically will become your greatest strength. Literally festivals prepare you for the future. Let me conclude with a thought. Education is not about filling minds with facts, it is about lighting minds with curiosity. A literary festival does exactly that. It teaches students not merely to read words, but to understand people. Not merely to write essays, but to express ideas. Not merely to win competition, but to discover themselves. May the Literary Fest inspire every student to read one more book, write one more page, ask more thoughtful questions, and dream one dream bigger than before. I congratulate the school for organizing such a wonderful event, and once again extend my appreciation to the principal, teachers, organizers, parents, judges, volunteers, above all the students who made this festival vibrant and memorable. May your love for literature continue to grow, let your imagination continue to flourish, and your words continue to make a world a little wiser, kinder, and brighter. Thank you all. Wishing every one of a bright future. I will remember this date, 25th July 2026. I'll note down in my diary as a very important date. When I visited probably one of the wonderful schools. When you enter a school, you get a feeling. That feeling was very positive, and I always make a statement sometimes, you don't get a second chance to create the first impression. So the first impression that I got at the school was great, and that impression I'll carry forward. Wish you all the best. Wish you all a bright future. Jai Hind.
May I now request our chairman sir to present a memento to our chief guest for today's event, Dr. K.V. Jayakumar, as a token of sincere gratitude for gracing this English Literature Fest with his inspiring presence. Thank you, sir. Over to Abhikshita and Niharika.
Words have the power to inspire, stories have the power to unite, and gratitude to make every ending unforgettable. Respected Chief Guest, Honorable Chairman Sir, respected Principal Ma'am, esteemed teachers, distinguished parents, and our fellow mates, a very good morning to one and all. As the final page of our LitFest gently turns, it is both an honor and privilege to extend a heartfelt gratitude to each one of y'all who's made this year's LitFest a huge success.
First and foremost, we extend our deepest gratitude to our esteemed chief guest.
Your gracious presence and inspiring words reminded us that literature is far more than ink on paper. It is a voice of humanity, the keeper of history, and a bridge between imagination and reality.
A sincere thanks to our Honorable Chairman Sir and respected Principal Ma'am for believing in the transformative power of literature, creating a platform where expressions and critical thinking continue to flourish. To our esteemed teachers and mentors, thank you for being the guiding pens behind every successful page of today's event. Your encouragement and unwavering support has transformed ideas into performances and words into long-lasting memories.
To every participant, you are the heartbeat of this festival. Through your songs, poems, speeches, podcasts, and performances, you reminded us that literature is far more than books. It comes alive whenever voice speaks with confidence, creativity, and conviction. To our organizing committee, teachers, student volunteers, technical team, and support staff. While the spotlight shone on the stage, it was a quiet dedication behind the scenes that made every moment shine. Thank you to our wonderful audience for your warm applause, enthusiastic encouragement, and unwavering support. Your appreciation transformed every performance into a cherished memory and every performer into a confident storyteller. As we leave this celebration today, let us carry with us more than memories. Let us carry curiosity that never stops questioning, imagination that never stops dreaming, and words that continue to inspire kindness, courage, and understanding.
As the curtain falls, may our love for literature never fade. May we continue to read with curiosity, write with purpose, speak with confidence, and listen with empathy.
For every ending is but the beginning of another wonderful story. Thank you, have a wonderful day, and may God bless you all. Over to you, Abhijit.
May we now rise for the national anthem.
Jana Gana Mana